Hey guys, hope it's going well today. Today we have a little bit more movement, a little bit more flow. This was a request from one of my dear friends, so hopefully you like it. Let's go ahead and grab a mat or clear space and get started. So today we're going to start standing at the top of our mat, the narrow edge of our mat, taking a moment to find Tadasana or mountain pose. And wiggling the toes, grounding down through the feet, strength through the legs. Let the tailbone soften, navel pull back towards the spine. The spine is tall, shoulders are soft. We need to shake out those hands, wiggle the fingers, move the neck around. Then reaching through the crown of the head, chin is level with the earth as we settle down in Tadasana. Taking a few deep breaths here. Just noticing the breath. Noticing how the body feels. Noticing where you can soften or relax just a little. We're going to start to use that breath to move. Feet can stay about hip width apart. They might come a little bit closer together, maybe even big toes touch if balance is good. Hands could stay at heart center or down by the side, whichever feels more comfortable. Again, taking a moment to find that breath and let that breath move the body. As we find an inhale to bring the arms out and up, lifting up, opening through the front body. Little bend in the knees, hinge at the hips. Exhale, we fold. Letting the head and hands drop down. Inhale, we lengthen, lifting halfway. And exhale, fold back down. Inhale, we lift all the way up. And exhale, hands come back around. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands back around. And keep moving into our full sun salutations. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, this time planting the hands on the ground. Maybe stepping or hopping the feet back to plank. And exhale, we're going to lower down. If you need to modify, using your knees as we keep the elbows in next to the rib cage, slowly lowering down. And inhale, pressing into the tops of the feet. And hands, we might find a cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take an extra breath here. And of an exhale, we turn the eyes up, moving the feet up towards the hands. Maybe a step, maybe a few steps, maybe a hop. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, the hands back around. Let's do that again. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, planting the hands and stepping the feet back. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows stay in. Inhale, open the heart, shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog, extra breath. And exhale, we turn the eyes up, moving the feet up, maybe stepping the other foot up this time. We inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands back around. Let's move into Surya Namaskara B. Inhale, chair pose, arms up, hips sink down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, planting the fingers, stepping the feet back. And exhale, lowering down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, I'm going to take the right leg up, reaching it up towards the sky, and then we'll bring it through for warrior one. Right foot plants down, left heel finds the ground. We inhale, lift up. Right knee is over the right ankle. Extra breath or two here. Squaring off those hips by gently pulling back through the right hip, left hip moving forward. Soften the shoulders. All right. Letting the hands come back down towards the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog. As you're ready, left leg lifts up. Left leg forward. Planting that right heel down, finding your foundation, and then pressing through the feet to help you lift up. Again, check in with your alignment. Square off those hips. Keep the shoulders soft as the arms reach up. Couple strong breaths here. And then allowing the hands to come back down towards the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog. And finding the end of the exhale, we turn the eyes forward, moving the feet up towards the hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up. Chair pose. And exhale, hands back around. Let's move through that again, maybe building a little bit on some of those standing poses. Finding an inhale, arms up, hips down, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, plant the hands, and bring the feet back. Again, always modifying if you need to. We exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. This time we'll take the right leg up towards the sky, reaching it up, then we'll bring it through. Warrior one. Planting that back foot, finding your foundation, and then inhale, lift yourself up. Take an extra breath here. Square off those hips. Sink into that back heel. Moving into warrior two. Opening up those back toes. Hips open up. Arms are in one nice long line. And the gaze is past those right fingertips. From here we'll move into extended side angle. Right elbow to thigh. Left arm reaching up and over. Maybe even turning the gaze up. As you find an inhale all the way back up through warrior two into exalted warrior. Keep that deep bend in the front knee. Inhale back up to warrior two, and then exhale, back down. We'll find plank. Exhale, take a chaturanga if you'd like. Again, using your knees if you need to. You can always skip this part and go straight to downward facing dog. This is your practice. Make it work for you. All right, other side. Left leg lifts up. Left leg comes through for warrior one. Plant that back foot, find your foundation, lift up. Take a breath or two here. When you're ready, opening up, warrior two. That back foot maybe steps back just a touch, toes open up, arms reach out, hips are open, shoulders are over the hips. Gaze past those left fingertips. Keep that deep bend in that front knee. Breathe. As you're ready, extended side angle. Left elbow to thigh. Right arm reaches up and over, rolling that top shoulder back, maybe even turning the gaze up towards the sky. Find strength through the legs, ground down through the feet. As you're ready, inhale all the way through warrior two, exalted warrior. Back hand finds the back leg, front arm reaches up, opening the heart, and taking the gaze towards the sky. Couple breaths, keep sinking into that front knee. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, we come back down, left foot steps back, either downward facing dog or move through a vinyasa. Take a few breaths. And when exhale, turn those eyes up. Move the feet up towards the hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, stand tall. Hands come back around. Take a couple breaths here, just to notice how it all feels. If you ever have extra heat, extra energy in the body, good exhale out through the mouth. Will help you to release some of that extra heat. So you're going to take a nice wide stance, comfortable wide, toes point towards the long edge of your mat. You might have a little bend in the knees, we just want to make sure we're not locking out the knees. Hands might come to the hips as we open up through the front body, and then hinging at the hips, we're going to come forward. Now maybe the hands come to the ground, maybe you have some blocks available or even a book or something to put your hands on top of if you can't find the ground. From here, find what works. If you want to bend one knee and then the other. I'm going to shake the head out. Then we're going to work on coming over to the right side. The hands will walk over towards the right. That right heel will lift up, so maybe the hips drop down towards the heel. We could let the left toes come off the earth and let the toes pull back towards the body, so we're finding length through the back of the left leg. If balance is good, when it comes to just the tips of the fingers, or even let the hands come towards heart center. Keep the eyes steady on the ground beneath you. Breathe. And then hands come back down, pressing into the feet. Use the hands to help. We'll move through center to the other side. Walking the hands over towards the left. Left heel comes off the earth, maybe the hip drops down, and right toes lift up, pulling back towards the body to lengthen through the back of the leg. Soften the shoulders. Keep the hands on the ground if you need, if you want to play a little bit with balance. See how it goes. Take a few breaths here. Hands come back to the ground, and we find our way back to center. Here we're going to try a nice big wide-legged squat. So the toes turn out to about 45 degrees. We're going to bend at the knees. We should have the knees lining up with those second toes, so adjust if you need to. Sink the hips down, maybe the hands come to the thighs. We lift the torso up, dropping the tailbone down. Hands can stay right here. Hands could come towards heart center. Maybe you need the support, or maybe having the support helps you explore this posture a little bit more. Just shifting side to side. Pressing into the feet, we're going to lift up, walk those feet back up underneath us, and take a couple breaths. We're going to play a little bit with balance today, so we'll try a couple postures. We'll start with the figure 4. Our right leg is going to be the foundation, making sure we spread out the toes, ground down into that foot, a little bend in the knee, and then that left ankle comes up to the right thigh. Maybe the hands are at the ankle and the knee for support as we sink down into the hips, increasing the bend in the standing leg. Keep the eyes steady. You want to try bringing the hands towards heart center, or even extending them as if you were in chair pose. Find what works for you. Take a few breaths here. And then need the hands for support, helping to lift you up nice and tall. We release. Shake it out a little bit. Move the ankles around. And let's try the other side. This time the left foot is your foundation. Spread out those toes. Hips over ankle. Eyes steady. Little bend in that standing leg as the right ankle comes up to the left thigh. Opening the hip. We soften that knee down away from the torso. Hands again. Whoop. Hands again, might be at the knee and the ankle. Eyes steady on the ground. Sink down into those hips, lengthen the spine, open the heart, maybe some energy out through that right foot. And play with the hands. Take a few breaths. Breathe. Maybe smile. Whew. And you could change the hands, trying different things just to see how it works. And then, after another breath or two, we're going to release the pose and bring that right foot back down. Again, moving the ankles, wiggling the toes, and taking a few deep breaths. From here, we're going to go ahead and work on dancer pose. This may look different from everyone. I'm going to turn to the side, so hopefully you can see the pose just a little bit better. Again, we're going to start with that left foot down. We're going to reach that right hand back and see if we can't find the right ankle. You can always grab onto anything you can find. Maybe it's a pant leg, and this is where you're at today. You can always use a strap if you have one available, a necktie. Anything works to hang on to that right leg. Now notice if the knee is going way out to the side. Can you drop that right knee down and bring it more in line with the left knee? So we're starting to stretch through that right quad muscle a little more. Pulling the heel gently towards the hip, opening up through the front body. Take a few breaths here. And then, this might be your pose today, but if you'd like to move a little deeper, you start to press that right heel away from the hip. That left arm might come out in front to help you find balance. Notice you're not hinging at the hips, you're not just dropping the torso down, but creating a back bend here by pressing that heel away, keeping the heart open and lifted. Again, think about that right knee dropping towards the ground, not out towards the side. Couple breaths. Inhale, lifting back up, and exhale, release. Shake it off, and we'll try the other side. Right foot is your foundation. Spread out the toes, hips over the ankle, eyes steady. See if you can find that left foot. Right hand can be out to the side for balance. Notice where that left knee's going. See if you can bring it in line with the right. Heel comes a little closer towards the hip. Front body is open. Breathe. Notice, maybe this side feels different. Maybe it's easier. Maybe it's harder. If you want to stay right here, stay right here. If you want to start to move into dancer's pose, that left heel presses away from that left hip. Right hand comes forward. Again, think about pointing that left knee down towards the ground as we press into the hand, lifting that heel away from the hip, keeping the heart open and lifted. Couple more breaths. And then, as you're ready, lifting up, we release. We're gonna go ahead and just take a nice forward fold here. Feet might be about hip width apart, maybe just slightly wider than hip width. Little bend in the knees, hinge at the hips, and we'll drop right down over the legs. Take a few breaths here just to release. If you want to move the head around, shake the shoulders out. Just shifting back and forth. Whew. Couple more breaths. And then a little bend in the knees, hands come to the hips or the thighs. We inhale, lift all the way up. Taking a few breaths here. Just noticing how it feels. Thank you so much for joining me today for this routine. Namaste.